So I'll go ahead and start my spiel and we'll get started. Thank you all for being here. Happy Wednesday. Sorry, let me start over. Our theme for this month is journey meditations. And so if you've never done a journey meditation before, they're fantastic. It's like going on a little trip in your mind, and it can be really interesting, to say the least, to notice what visuals come up for you, what interpretation you have of the cues that I give you. And there is some like deeper meaning behind the stuff we're doing. Like we are like moving through layers of consciousness and things like that, layers of mind, etc. But don't worry about any of that. Just go for the ride. It'll be fine. You'll be happy. So one thing I like to mention about journey meditations is that when we get to the point where I start giving you guided visuals, I want you just to see whatever comes up for your mind. And so there might be an aspect of your consciousness that wants to really get involved with the details. Don't worry about that so much. All right. So if I say, you see yourself in a forest, whatever forest comes to mind first, that's where you're at. Don't try to make it the ideal forest or one that reminds you of something. Now, the visual that comes to your mind might be something you've actually seen before, and it might be something completely fantastical. Whatever it is, just roll with it. All right. Just non-effort is what we're going for here when it comes to this one. And I think that's all I'll mention for journey meditation. Just enjoy the process. Try to stay present with it as best you can. And of course, as always, if your mind does wander, just bring it back to whatever we're doing at the moment your mind comes back. Okay. We'll do a little bit of breath work and centering before we get to the actual journey part. So we'll start with that. Have your feet flat on the floor. You can relax into your chair if you'd like to. You could even lay down for this if you want. But let your eyes close. And as you do so, I'd like you to become aware of your body as if you were stepping into it for the first time today. And with that awareness comes curiosity, a sense of scanning of the system, the body in this case. And just notice what's there. Notice your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair, clothing on your skin, the temperature of the air on the exposed surfaces of your skin. Noticing how your body moves with the breath. Noticing where you feel comfort in the body, where you feel discomfort in the body. Where do you feel heat? Where do you feel cooler sensations? What feels tense? What feels untense? Where in your body does your awareness feel attracted to? Kind of gravitates toward these regions. And where in the body does your mind or awareness not feel gravitated towards? Just awareness, non-judgment. This body right here, right now. And in this awareness, noticing any changes that happen over time, even in the short time that we've been aware of the body here presently, you may have noticed certain changes. Perhaps feeling more relaxed, or not. But really, in the way, this awareness, honoring that your experiences in this body are dynamic and changing and fluid. The way that you are existing in one moment will be different than how you were existing in the next, with or without your effort. Something else you might notice as you're aware of the body is that you're not thinking as much about anything else. If you felt stressed or anxious, or even still do, maybe it's a little less now. And maybe not. And then feel the sensation of your breath, the cooling and warming in the nostrils and at your throat. And the filling and emptying of your lungs. And the greater movement of your body based on the breath. And with your awareness on the breath, we'll begin to shape it by engaging the even breath. So the goal for this breath is to make the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale the same. And you can achieve that by counting the breath, inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. And a count is whatever you use for internal measurement. Could be an estimated second or the sound of a word or syllable. Just do your best. Beginning now, inhale for a certain number of counts and exhale for an equal number of counts. Inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. Continuing this even breath for just a few more rounds. And as you complete this next even exhale, you can relax the technique, but keep your focus on the breath. And with your focus on the breath, we'll begin to count backwards on the breath from the number 27 all the way down to 0. If you happen to lose count at any point during this practice, simply start over at 27. I'll get you started for the first few rounds. With your next inhale, it'll be inhale 27, Exhale 27. Inhale 26. Exhale 26. Inhale 25. Exhale 25. Inhale 24, and so on, counting backwards all the way down to 0. Starting over if you lose count. Counting backwards on the breath. Wherever you are in your counting, go ahead and stop. Become aware of your body again. Become aware of the points of contact your body makes with the chair and the floor. And through those grounding points, feel your body heavy, extremely heavy. And then become aware of the top of the body, the points that feel no pressure. Focusing on those points, feel your body light. Feeling the body light. Aware of the grounding points of the body, feel your body heavy. Feel your body light. Feel your body heavy. And feel your body light. And then feel your body at that sweet spot in the middle. I'd like you to imagine your body standing in the middle of a forest. What does that look like standing here in this forest? Again, don't draw it, don't effort. Just see yourself in a forest, however that comes to you now. What do the trees look like? The sky, the ground? And whatever you're seeing, feel yourself calm, aware, and lightly curious. In fact, the longer you stand here in this forest, the more you get the impulse to want to rather aimlessly wander through the forest. Knowing that you can do so safely, you pick a direction, you know which one, and you begin to wander through the trees, moving forward, but in no particular direction with no real sense of urgency. Wandering through this forest. At a certain point, the trees stop. As you step beyond the trees, you find yourself at the base of a tall mountain. And at the base of this tall mountain, you see an entrance to a cave. What does the cave look like? What does the mountain look like? Just see it. And that same impulse to wander that you felt earlier urges you inside of the cave. So without fear or hesitation, you step inside. And just beyond the darkness, you see an orange glow. As you approach the glow, you find yourself in a cavern with a campfire in the center, with 5 cushions surrounding the fire. And you take the seat closest to the door. And as you sit down, you gaze into the flames, and you feel yourself warm, open, calm, and present. And after a time of sitting here, you feel a presence enter the cave. And that presence takes the seat next to you at your left. And as it sits down, you see yourself, but not you, just the part of your mind that manages your life, manages your schedule, relationships, other people, maybe. It manages it all. It's in charge of it all. Now I can imagine that in all of its effort to manage your life, that can be a thankless job. So acknowledge and thank this managing part of you, this capacity you have to manage things. Let it know how grateful you are for all of that management. And also let it know that in this particular moment, it actually doesn't have to do that job. That it can simply rest here by the fire with you. Nothing else has to happen right now. So invite it to rest and just sit. And as it relaxes, you feel another presence enter the cave. And that presence takes the next seat. And as it sits down, you look into its eyes and you see yourself, but not you. You see the helping, charitable, generous aspect of you. This helper part of your consciousness. Sometimes so helpful at your own expense, but still helpful nonetheless. Desire to do good, to be good. Desire for change and progress, maybe. Like the manager, its efforts might sometimes be thankless. And so acknowledge this part of you and thank it for how hard it works for you, for all the things it does in your life to make you or to help you be generous. And let it know that in this moment, it doesn't have to do that job, that it can rest here with you if it'd like. And as it begins to relax, you feel another presence enter the cave, and it takes the next seat. And as it sits down, you see yourself again, but not just you. You see your own rebellious nature, the aspect of your personality that questions authority, pushes against the grain, breaks rules. This part of you might also be in charge of thinking outside of the box, looking at life through a different perspective. It's a good part of you, this rebellious nature. So welcome it. It might not always have a seat with the other aspects of your mind, particularly the manager. So let it know it's welcome here. Thank it for everything it does for you. And let it know that it can rest here with you by this fire. And as it relaxes, one final presence enters the cave and takes a seat to your right. As it sits down, you look into its eyes and you see your inner child, your playful, naive tendencies, maybe a little immature, but also very curious and open. Like the rebel, this part of you might not get a lot of face time. So let it know that it's welcome here by the fire. And thank this aspect of your mind for all the ways that it helps you, it works for you, reminding you to be playful or to not take things too seriously or to be curious. It's a good part of you. Thank it for that. And let it know that it can relax here with you as well. And as it relaxes, your perspective shifts back to you here at this fire, holding all these different aspects of your personality and love and compassion and openness and welcome, without preference, with empathy, with kindness. In that, feel yourself calm, untriggered, spacious, and peaceful. And as you sit here at this fire, you remember that somewhere your body is sitting and meditating. So you allow your consciousness to blend with your body again, aware of your physical form, your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair, your breath in your body. Still peaceful, still resting at the center of consciousness. And from that perspective, when you are ready, you can go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring your palms together in front of you to rub them together, creating heat between the palms, stimulating them. Take the heated palms over the eyes, gently brushing back over the top of your head and down your neck, making your way back to the space around you.